Hey, tell me you've moved out. The last time I asked you to leave, I noticed how scared and defeated you looked, so I knew you wouldn't dare stay back. You're no longer there, right?
It's quite late. I need to go to bed. And I am right here in our bedroom. The kids are already asleep in their rooms.
What? So you're still there, after all the threats? We're in the middle of a divorce. We shouldn't be living together. Besides, I also need a place to stay, don't I? I've been at a friend's place. Move out so I can return home.
Where do you expect me to go with the kids in such a short period of time? Besides, we made a 1-year down payment for the rent and we still have about 4 months left. I paid half of that money, so I am entitled to stay here. I am not moving an inch out of this house.
There you go again with that annoying and stubborn attitude. It's the reason I fell out of love with you in the first place. You became so hot-tempered, impatient, paranoid, and mean. That's what got us here.
No, you got us here when you decided to cheat on me with my friend.
Oh my god. We're doing this again? It's the 21st century, Betty. All men cheat. Yeah, you found out about my affairs with Jade, and I did try to make amends, right? I apologize. I bought you flowers.
And that's enough to take away the pain?
That should have been enough. You became so cold-hearted, I had no choice but to go back to Jade. She's everything that you're not. Sweet, forgiving, and romantic. Jade finally made me realize what true love is all about, and I'm not gonna trade that for anything in the world. No response? Betty! Hey, since you've refused to move out, I came up with a better idea. Enjoy the house all you want. I'll get a new apartment and Jade will move in with me. How does that sound? Makes your skin crawl, huh?
Nick, I really don't care what you do with your life. Have fun at Jade's.
Anyway, are you at home? Hello? Okay, I'll take that as a no. Anyway, I need to pick up the debit card for our joint account. Last time I checked, I had about $10,000 in the account. You didn't touch it, right? I'm sure you thought I wouldn't come for it. Without the money in that account, you'd be penniless.
Last I checked, you even stopped putting any money in the joint account. LOL.
Betty, nothing is funny.
Actually, everything is. Don't tell me you are thinking I will leave the money in the account to you. No frickin' way. Actually, the money in the account is $20,000.
Huh?
Yeah, you heard that right. And they all belong to me.
If you're kidding, stop it right now.
You haven't contributed anything at all to the house upkeep in the last 6 months. I have been paying all the bills.
So?
You probably didn't notice, or you just didn't care because you were too busy with Jade. So, since you refused to foot any bills and I have been doing everything, that makes the 10K mine. And guess what? I changed the passwords, so you won't even be able to access the money.
So now you steal?
I only took what's rightfully mine.
Betty, I'm really gonna make you pay for this.
Okay.
Hey, ugly. I am sure you've deleted my number, but it's Jade.
Yeah, the husband snatcher.
LOL. I will take that tag any day, anytime from being the one who got dumped. I really don't want to be in your shoes. Must hurt. Anyway, Nick told me that you stole all of his money in the joint account. Girl, I am quite surprised. Never knew you had such guts.
I took what rightfully belonged to me.
Save your explanation for those who care. LOL. Anyway, have you seen my Instagram posts?
I unfollowed you months ago, so I didn't see any posts. That's why you are in my DM? I really need to go now.
Not so fast. If you hadn't unfollowed me, you would have seen the beautiful apartment I posted. Nick and I moved in yesterday. He popped the question last night. Geez, I really can't keep calm. I've been getting lots of congratulations and I'm itching to hear it from you.
Oh wow, congratulations.
LOL, that's the fakest congratulations I've ever heard. I know you were sad about the upcoming wedding, but you really shouldn't be. Nick has always belonged to me. I've loved him right since our college days. Did you know how much it hurt to see you guys together then? I cried myself to sleep whenever you guys went on dates. You should have been mine, but you stole him with your charming looks and that smile everyone thinks looks cute. but it's so ugly.
Well, you finally got him, isn't it? So, focus on him. Start looking forward to your wedding and stop bothering me.
Sure, loser.
Let this be the last time you pick up the kids from school and leave them in the care of Jade.
Chill. What's so wrong with that? She's gonna be their stepmother soon. It's only right that she starts bonding with them.
I really can't believe you. She is acting out of place. You both aren't even married yet.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You've been putting up a bold front, but you actually sound so hurt right now.
Yes, I'm hurt. You suddenly woke up one day and decided the best way to repay me for all my sacrifices was to cheat on me with my best friend.
Don't put the blame on me. I wanted to work things out, but you began acting irrational. Can you believe Jade actually bought the engagement ring? How do you think we could afford the apartment after you stole my money? Jade paid for it.
Just the same way you left me to pay most of the bills?
You earn more than I do, so it's only right that you sort things out.
Oh yeah, a very lazy man once said that.
See, Betty, Jade makes me so happy. She gives me everything I want. She even wants to get me a car after the wedding. Lucky me, right? If you once loved me, then you should be happy for me.
Do whatever works for you, but don't take my kids anywhere near Jade, or there'll be hell to pay.
Hey, loser. Have you heard from Nick?
He stays with you, so you should have the answer to that.
Well, he stormed out of the house 2 days ago and I haven't seen him. I hate to say this, but I am freaking out.
LOL. I'm pretty sure he asked you to get him something and you haven't gotten it, right? What was it exactly? His wedding tuxedo or shoes?
OMG. I can't believe that rathead has been gossiping about me. Can't believe he told you all that. I got him a less expensive tux and he got so mad.
I thought as much.
You thought as much? So he didn't tell you?
Nah. I was married to him for 10 years before you decided to steal him. So I know how sneaky he can be.
Mind your language. You are still finding it so difficult to admit that you lost a real man, huh? You would never find another man as handsome as Nick. Look at all those beards, the broad chest, his piercing eyes.
Looks can be deceiving.
Well, they deceived you first. Actually, it's not my fault that I seduced your husband and he fell for it. Looks like you weren't doing something right.
You think so? Well, wait until you find out exactly what you are about to get married to.
What do you mean? Are you there? Betty? Hey, loser! Hey, Betty, a bride-to-be is in your DM. Show some respect by responding right away.
Don't you ever get tired? What do you want?
Oh, Betty, love, don't be so mean. Remember we used to be best friends? What are best friends for if I don't send you an invite to my wedding? Here is a link to the wedding website. Looks so adorable, right? You are invited.
What? The wedding day is on the same day as the divorce hearing. That's not a very smart move.
Well, it is. As soon as the divorce is finalized, the wedding follows. This should show you just how much Nick is itching to leave you. And hey, one more important thing for you. Don't do anything funny by not showing up at my wedding. Also, don't wear a white gown. I should be the only one in white. And, this may sound crazy, but bring some gifts along. Expensive ones. Betty, you don't have to reply. I know you are seeing my messages. Come with my stepkids too. The bride-to-be is out of here. LOL. Look who decided to show up at my wedding. You really do have some guts. Can't believe you were gonna watch Nick and I take our vows and share our wedding kiss.
Well, I honored my best friend's invitation. By the way, that's a pretty wedding gown you've got.
Don't sound like you were happy for me. 10 years ago, I was in your shoes. I sat in the audience and watched you get married to the love of my life. It was a miserable feeling. I hope you feel 10 times more what I felt That dark and ugly Friday morning. Besides, you look like you shouldn't be here. Why are you dressed in jeans and that faded top? That's not how wedding guests dress.
Hehehe. Wait till you find out why.
What do you mean? Betty? Betty, I know you know something about this. Nick isn't here yet. He wouldn't even pick up my calls. Some guests are starting to leave. You were just sitting down there and smirking at your phone.
LOL. Have you checked online? You're trending. Seems you invited some frenemies to the wedding. They must have sent your pictures and videos to various blogs. These captions are just so hilarious. Bride in distress? Backstabber got dumped on her wedding day? LOL.
What? Dumped? No one dumped me. Nick will be here anytime soon.
LOL.
Okay, this is no longer funny. I am this close to causing a scene. Where is Nick, Betty? He can't afford to miss the wedding. I have spent so much on this wedding. I emptied my savings. I even took out loans. I'm actually broke.
Actually, there will be no wedding today. Why do you think I am dressed casually?
What?
Your stupid groom actually forgot to sign the final divorce decree, so the final divorce hearing got postponed. The wedding can't take place or Nick would be guilty of committing bigamy. I'm surprised Nick didn't have the guts to tell you and left you all alone to face the embarrassment.
That bastard.
LOL.
Nothing is funny. I won't let him get away with this. I swear. He just got an enemy.
Are you actually wiping your tears? Shush. The wedding is not happening. So what are you waiting for? Leave already. Almost all the guests are gone. Isn't the bride supposed to leave the wedding venue first? That's what happens in normal weddings. This is one hell of a catastrophic wedding.
Hi, dear.
LOL. The runaway groom finally decides to text.
Betty, I need you to listen to me. Jade is so pissed with me. She says she's finally realized what you've been saying. She doesn't want me anymore.
Of course. Any woman would leave you. I actually stayed too long in our marriage. I kept hoping and hoping you would change. But that never happened.
This is exactly why I'm here now. I know deep down that you still believe in me and love me. I'm ready to change. Jade left at the first sign of trouble, but you would never do that to me. Your love is real and genuine.
Not anymore.
Please, don't do this, Betty. Jade is so heartbroken and she's sworn her life to bring me down. She wants me to refund half of the money she spent on the wedding expenses. Where do I get such an amount of money from?
I don't see what this has to do with me.
Betty, the divorce hasn't been finalized, so this means that you're still my wife, right? Help me clear these debts, and I promise I would do anything to make you happy.
Okay, enough of me being nice. The next time you come into my DM, I will call the cops on you. What were you thinking when you decided to throw away our 10-year marriage? Did you even consider the kids? I was willing to stay for them. That would have been the biggest mistake of my life.
Betty, please don't do this to us. I miss you. I miss the kids.
The only reason you are back is because your lame plans failed.
I'm so sorry, Betty. I need you now more than ever.
Well, I don't need you anymore. See you in court next week. The divorce got finalized and I gained my freedom. I won full custody of the kids and traveled with them to a different city. Jade is still very much heartbroken and angry. She seizes every opportunity she gets to humiliate Nick. She insults him online and would often show up at his workplace to embarrass him. As a result, Nick got fired. He is still struggling to find another job.
Sierra! I know it's been a while, but how have you been? Are you doing well? Who is this? Don't tell me you forgot about your own mother. Huh? My mom? I heard from your Aunt Eleanor that you finished college and got a job. from Aunt Eleanor? Yeah, but don't get mad at her. I pretty much forced her to give me your number. She didn't want to, but I made her do it anyway. I know it might be too late to say this to you, but I really want to see you again. Now, after all this time, after you turned your back on Dad and me, and never once spoke to either of us in all these years, do you think you can just message me out of the blue like this? I didn't turn my back on you two. I just fell in love with someone else. You're an adult now, so you should be able to understand. You can't stop love. You fell in love with someone else? Not only did you cheat on Dad, you stole all of his savings and left without saying goodbye to either of us. You abandoned us and left us with nothing. Don't say it like that. I needed that money for my new life. Don't you think you should have relied on that new guy to provide for you instead of stealing from us? You caused nothing but problems for Dad and me. I can't believe my own mom would do that to us. Hey, I only took what I was entitled to. If I would have divorced your dad, I would have still gotten half, right? I left your dad the house. All I took was the money in the bank. It would have worked out the same either way. Oh, is that so? Because the house wasn't paid for. You mean you left him the mortgage on the house and took all his money? You only ran away because you knew Dad would sue you for compensation money for cheating on him. You wouldn't have gotten half. You would have gotten sued. You're a liar and a thief. I hate you. I don't want to see you. Sierra, don't say that to me. I was worried about you the whole time. I just didn't have the courage to contact you again. Until now. Well, I never wanted you to contact me again. Whether you were worrying about us or not, Dad and I did just fine without you. In fact, we were happy without you. Sierra, please, don't say things like that. Let me see you again, just one last time. I want to see your face again. That's all I'm asking for. Please. I don't know. I can't give you an answer right now. This is all too much for me right now. I understand. Me messaging you out of the blue and asking to see you again like this. Will you at least think about it? Please? I'll message you again in a few days, when you've had time to think. Sierra, what do you think? Have you had enough time to think about it? Yeah. Does that mean you'll let me see you again? I guess. Oh, thank you! Thank you so much! But this doesn't mean I'm forgiving you. Dad said it might be my last chance, so if I wasn't totally against it, it might be a good idea. Oh, yeah. Your dad. I heard his father passed away not long ago. Yeah, and Grandma passed away years ago too. I'm all he has left now. So Dad figured if I wanted to see you again, I should do it before it's too late. I heard your grandpa passed away just over 2 months ago, huh? How's your dad taking it? Is he okay? He was really sad for a while, but he's doing much better now. I'm glad he's doing better. If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know. No, we're fine. So, did your dad say anything about me? No, not really. I was just wondering if maybe he wanted to see me again too. I highly doubt that. Wait, are you saying you want to see Dad again? Well, I mean, if it's possible. I really want to apologize for what I did to him all those years ago. I don't think Dad cares about that anymore. We've all moved on. You don't need to worry about apologizing to him. Hey, Sierra. do you think your dad and I could ever reconcile? Huh? Please. I know I cheated on him in the past, but I've realized after all these years of searching that there's just no better man than him. What? Nobody asked you to try looking. Just ask him for me. See what he says, okay? No way. Was telling me that you wanted to see me again just your way of trying to get back with Dad? I can't believe you. You can forget about me ever meeting up with you. But why? I'm not stupid. You just wanted to use me so you could try to get back with Dad. On second thought, I don't want to see you again. Ever. Goodbye. Sierra, where are you? Why haven't you come home yet? What? What do you mean? I'm waiting outside your house for you or your dad to come home. But your dad hasn't come home yet either. Are both of you working late tonight? Are you doing overtime? If you're where I think you are, you're standing outside of an empty house. Huh? Dad and I moved out of that place. What? Why? When? Actually, it wasn't that long ago. Dad took an early retirement. He bought a small house out in the country. He's loving it there. And I don't live with Dad anymore. I've got my own place. What? But there's no way your dad could have had this house paid off by now with his salary. He didn't use the inheritance he got from his dad to buy a new house, did he? He must have just gotten that inheritance, too. I can't believe he blew it already. What a waste. What do you mean, what a waste? It's Dad's money. He can do whatever he wants with it. No, he can't. I was going to remarry him. What? What are you talking about? It's bad enough you tried going to his house without speaking to him first. But why would you think he'd even consider taking you back? Well, I never told you, but after I left your dad, he messaged me. He begged me to come back to him. He said he'd wait for me as long as it took. Oh, really? And you think he's still waiting for you? You don't even have his contact information. Well, I'm assuming things happened and he had to buy a new cell phone at some point. It's all just bad timing. But I know he still loves me. Well, he did get a new cell phone with a new number, but that was years ago. But I'm sure he's still waiting for me. Hoping. So, where did your dad move to? Can you give me his address? And did he happen to mention how much he had to pay for this new house of his? I guess it's possible he didn't use his inheritance to buy a house in the country. If he sold this one and bought a smaller one, he probably still has lots of money left over, right? He probably didn't have to use any of his inheritance, right? Now I see. I see why you messaged me after all these years. I wasn't sure at first, but now it's as clear as day. You're just after Dad's money again, aren't you? No, of course not! Yeah, right. You've done nothing but talk about money this whole time. Well, we'll need some money to start our new life together, but that's the only reason I'm curious. We have to manage our money properly to make sure there's enough for our future. Well, you don't have to worry about that. You're not married to him anymore, so his finances have nothing to do with you. And besides, Dad's already remarried. What? You're kidding! It's true. He married a beautiful younger woman years ago. They're really happy together. Sorry, but there's no room for you in his house. Years ago? I can't believe this. There's no way any woman would want to marry that man. He's not very good looking, and he had a kid. Mom, didn't you just say that there's no better man than my dad? Well, I'm capable of seeing his inner beauty, but other women... If you could see his inner beauty, you never would have left him in the first place. I'm telling you, the only reason that woman married your dad is for his money. I'm sure of it. That's the only reason any woman would marry an older man. I think you're assuming every woman is like you. His wife's a nice person. Don't try to make her out to sound like you. What do you mean? Look, Sierra, I'm gonna come clean with you. Your mom's in a lot of trouble right now. Why? Because you found out Dad won't remarry you? See? You only ever think of yourself. That's not true. What I mean is, I'm in a lot of debt right now. I have to pay back $25,000 by the end of this month. If you're coming back looking for money, I can only assume the guy you left Dad for kicked you to the curb long ago. Ha! That's too bad. I wish you all the best with that. Bye! Hold on a minute. You've got a job now, right? You've probably got a little bit of money saved up, huh? When we meet up to talk, do you think you could bring it for me? And you probably got something left to you when your grandpa died, right? Could you bring that for me too? If I can't come up with this $25K by the end of the month, I'm gonna be in a lot of trouble. You're really something, aren't you? Do you think I have any intentions of meeting up with you after everything you've told me? What little feelings I had for you when you first messaged me are completely gone now. If you got yourself into that much debt even after stealing all my dad's savings, get yourself out of it. Are you just going to abandon your mom? You abandoned us first. Dad and I are both happy without you in our lives. If you really care about us, you'll never contact us again. And what exactly is so great about your lives? If that dad of yours is with a younger woman, that's just disgusting. I don't know what that woman is thinking if she wants to be with your dad. This is all ridiculous. What are you talking about? Dad fell in love with someone new. You know what that's like, right? After all, it was you who said, "You can't stop love." I don't know how she managed to do it, seeing as she was in so much debt. But my mom hired a private detective to track down my dad. Once she got his address, she showed up at his new house. She started accusing my stepmom of just being after my dad's money. She even tried to throw my stepmom out of my dad's house. But the instant she put hands on my stepmom, my dad called the police, and my mom was arrested. My dad, my stepmom, and I all had a restraining order placed on my mom. Her entire reason for coming back around was just to get money from my dad. Our whole family, as well as my mom's side, knew exactly what she had done to my dad and I when she left us all those years ago. So none of her relatives cared to help her out of her current financial situation either. I guess because she couldn't find anyone to pay off her debts for her, she decided to just run from them instead. Nobody has seen or heard from her since the incident at my dad's house. For a while, we all felt like she might pop out of the shadows again at any minute. But things have been quiet for a while now, and we hardly think about it anymore. But if she ever does show up again, you can bet we'll make full use of our restraining orders.